Hello everyone. We are back with week 4, part 2. We are still in unit 7 and still on lesson C. So before we begin, let's take some deep breaths just like we do. Feet flat on the floor, shoulders, hands relaxed, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure you're filling up your whole entire belly when you breathe in. And not your shoulders, but your belly should be expanding, okay? All right, now we're ready to begin. So in part 1, we talked about adjective clauses using that. These are called object pattern adjective clauses. If you'll open your book to page 88, you will see at the top object pattern adjective clauses. So I had said that you should do the sentences on page 88 by yourself and then send me a picture. I still want you to do that. I hope you did that. But I think for our warm-up today, we will do maybe numbers 3 and 4. We'll do a couple of these as practice, just to get back in the groove of it before we move on, okay? So here we go. Let's look at some of these sentences. Now, I know that you already did them, but this is just to practice figuring out how to turn 2 sentences into one using that as an adjective clause, okay? So last January, this is number 3. Last January, the old car stopped working. She was driving it, okay? Last January, the old car stopped working. That's a terrible time for your car to stop working. Although any time is probably terrible. She was driving it. Oh no. Okay, so the first step is to circle the object in the second sentence. So what is the object in the second sentence? It. And it refers to what? The old car. Okay? So now we take out it, and let's combine these 2 sentences. So last January, so this one we could do, you might have tried to say, last January, the old car she was, sorry. You might have tried to say, last January, the old car stopped working that she was driving. So that, if you were telling me a story, I would understand what you mean. But it sounds better, and I think it is better to say, last January, the old car, January, the old car that she was driving stopped working. Okay, now the reason this is better, in fact, the reason this is the correct way to do it is because adjective clauses, look at the top of page 88 again. Adjective clauses come after a noun and begin with a relative pronoun. That is an example of a relative pronoun. So, where is the noun that the adjective clause is going to come after? It's going to come after car. So, wherever you have the noun, you need to put the adjective clause right after it. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Let's do one more and then we will go on to page 89. Let's look at let's just do number 4. Oh no, let's do number 7, okay? The price was really good. He named it. Okay. First step, what is the object of the second sentence? Again, it is it. And what is it referring to? The price. So, if we take out it, and then we put he named, where are we going to put it? Where are we going to put he named, that adjective clause? Just like in the last one, it has to come right after the noun, which is the price. So the new sentence will be, the price he named, the price that he named was really good. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, I think you got the hang of it. Let's look at what we're going to do with page 89. So, there's a young couple. You see, let's look at the picture. Here we go. Let's look at the picture and you describe what is happening. Tell me all the things that you can describe. Okay, it looks like there's a young couple. They're opening gifts. All right. But it looks like maybe there's a problem. So let's look at the instructions here at the top. It says talk with a partner. Obviously, we can't do that. But it says Ted and Lisa got married recently. Unfortunately, they have had some bad luck. Look at the chart and make sentences by choosing an item from each column. Okay. So the first example is the dishes Ted and Lisa received from Aunt May were broken. So this is kind of fun. It's kind of like a puzzle. Let me go ahead and I will read these words and phrases from each column out loud, and you will repeat after me, okay? I will start on this column and then go over. So, dishes, computer, car, camera, rug, lamps, coffee table. Found on the internet, bought on sale, ordered from a catalog, got as a wedding present, received from Aunt May, picked up at a garage sale, purchased from a friend, the wrong size, scratched, broken, damaged, torn, the wrong color, too slow. Okay. So you're going to take a word, one word or phrase from each column and make a sentence out of it. So for example, the sentence they wrote at the bottom, underneath the picture says, the dishes, you see dishes is the first word at the top, the dishes that they received from Aunt May so the middle column will be your adjective clause. Let me just write this on the board. That'll be easier. So first you've got dishes. You can cross that off the list. And then you see in the middle column, look down a little ways, it says received from Aunt May. And then the last column says broken. So the dishes were broken. In fact, I think that might be the easiest way to do this. If I were doing this assignment, I would choose a word from the first column and then a word from the third column. Then, once I decided on those, I would choose the phrase from the middle column that fits best, okay? So let's just try this. For example, you see computer. In the first column, you have computer. And then which word in the third column would fit best with a problem computers would have? So usually a computer is not the wrong size. It could be scratched. Now we've already used broken in the first sentence, so mark that off. Damaged, it could be damaged. Probably a computer is not torn. It could be the wrong color, but let's keep going. Too slow. Of all the items in the first column, I think the computer is the only one that can be too slow. So that will be our word. From the third column. So, if you were going to make a sentence just with these two, it would look like this. Okay, the computer was too slow. Easy enough. Now, we want more details about the computer. So let's pick a phrase from the second column, the middle column. So, was the computer found on the internet? Was the computer bought on sale? Was the computer ordered from a catalog? Do y'all know what a catalog is? People don't use those anymore, I don't think. Maybe they do. It's like a book of all the things that a store might sell, and then you can call or write a letter in the mail to order an item from the catalog. I miss catalogs. I think now that everything is on the internet, there's too many things all over the place. Anyway. Okay, so did they get the computer as a wedding present? We know they didn't receive it from Aunt May because they already received dishes from Aunt May. So cross that off. Was the computer picked up at a garage sale or purchased from a friend? I'm going to say bought on sale. So, we need a subject of the dependent clause. And the subject for all of these is they or Ted and Lisa. So, if this adjective clause has to come right after the noun, then it's going to be the computer that they bought on sale was too slow. Okay? So we've got the computer, which is the subject of the sentence, but then we've got the adjective clause that they bought on sale, and then was too slow. That's the verb of the sentence, and that's, I guess, adverb or something. But the adjective clause, the object pattern adjective clause, that refers to what? The computer. The computer that they bought on sale was too slow. They is Ted and Lisa. So every sentence you write will be about Ted and Lisa. So now that we've done that, go ahead and write a sentence for all the rest. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sentences. A sentence about the car, camera, rug, lamps, and coffee table. Do you know what a coffee table is? Coffee table is the maybe small table in your living room where it's maybe a little bit lower. Usually if you're sitting on the couch and there's a table about the height of the couch where you can set your coffee or whatever. It's called a coffee table. So, okay, get those sentences written. And again, when you're finished, take a picture, Send it to me personally, not in the group, and I will help you edit your sentences. One more thing, look at the useful language. Useful language. When you're speaking, you can leave out that. And even when you're writing, but for these sentences, keep in that. We will use that in these sentences, but in object pattern adjective clauses, you can leave out that. I don't know why, but it can just be assumed. If I'm talking to you and telling you a story about Ted and Lisa, I could very easily say, the computer they bought on sale was too slow. And it's the same thing. Okay? All right. Have a good one. Bye.